Um, Hello everyone. Thank you for everyone who watches my videos on YouTube. And I'm really happy when students learn, and this is my job and duty. Now, our lesson today is making longer sentences. I've got two questions only for you. Question 1. What do I need to write long sentences? Question 2. Can you show me how to make long sentences step by step? So I'll give you a few seconds to think about the answers. Okay, so let's move on and look at the answers. Now, what do I need to write long sentences? As you can see, I underlined the words for you. So these are the important words in this, if you want, text. Now, to make your sentences longer, you need good ideas, good grammar, and by grammar I mean how to make words and sentences. You need good vocabulary. Vocabulary means words. You need good spelling, good punctuation, and in addition, you need patience, you need practice, you need time, you need motivation. Motivation means like you are willing to do it, you want to do it, you don't give up, you try and try and try. And you think learning English is important for you, you want to do it, as I said. You need a notebook, you need noticing. Noticing, it means using your eyes, but when you are looking at language and you think about language. And you need also to read and read and read. The more you read, the better your English will be. And I put etc. It means maybe you need more and more than these, ideas. So the words which are underlined are about language. These words are about you. And in this way you can make your sentences long. But how do you do this? Let's look at the answers. Now, can you show me how to make long sentences step by step? It means little by little, bit by bit, slowly, gradually. How do you make long sentences? How? What's the way? What's the method? Number 1, yes, I can, of course, if that's your question for me. Read the examples slowly and write what you need in your notebook. You have to read parts of speech, part 1 and 2 on my channel before you watch this video. So this is just like a note for you before I give you examples about how you can make your sentences longer. If you speak or write a simple sentence, you can make this sentence longer by adding. What do you add if you want to make your sentence longer? You add one of the following. Of course, you can add one or more than one. You can add adjectives before a noun. You can add adverbs before adjectives or adverbs. You can add relative clauses. You can add conjunctions. You can add main verbs. You can add gerund. You can add noun phrases or any other part of speech. So you can add any other part of speech as long as your sentence is meaningful and grammatical. So I underline the words which you can add to make your sentences longer. Of course, gerund might be difficult for you, for some students. I explain this in my videos. Gerund is a verbal noun. It's a verbal noun. Like when I say I like swimming. So swimming is a gerund and we use it after the verb, the main verb like. Now let's look at this question, how do I make my sentences longer? I need examples, please. Of course you do. And now is the time to look at this in detail. The following sentences are SVC. Again, I explained the sentence structures on my YouTube channel. And we've got subject, verb, and complement. Subject, as I said, is the doer of the action most of the time, not all the time, because sometimes we don't have a subject, or we have a dummy subject, as we say, and sometimes there is no action. A lot of information. Again, you can watch the subject and the grammar on my channel, but the sentence is SVC. So S is the subject, verb is the main verb, and complement is anything which completes a sentence. Now if you look at the sentences, I put the subject in red for you, and I put the verb in green, and I put coffee for you in blue. So this is sentence 1. I will show you how we go or move from sentence 1 to sentence 17, this one. But even if you move from sentence 1 to sentence 17, still the sentence is SVC, which is subject, verb, complement. So Eve is the subject, likes is the verb, and coffee is the complement. Still we have the same structure. Let's go to number 1 and look at the examples. I will explain slowly, clearly, and in detail. Now Eve likes coffee. This is okay. Now I think, and I say to myself, what can I do? How can I make this sentence longer? So you can say, okay, before likes I can put always. Always is an adverb of frequency, and we use it before the main verb. Likes is the main verb. I use always before likes. I'm not going to explain everything about adverbs of frequency. I'm just looking at the sentences and showing you how you can make your sentences longer. So if you look at number 3, Eve always likes coffee in the morning. So what do I put here? I put in the morning at the end of the sentence. In the morning, we call an adverb of time. Of course, I can put it at the beginning of the sentence, or I can put it at the end of the sentence. Here, I put it at the end of the sentence. Number 4, Eve always likes to drink coffee in the morning. So what do? I put infinitive, to, and verb after likes. But you have to know, can I use infinitive after this verb or not? In this case, yes, I can use to and verb after likes. It is possible, but with some verbs it is not possible. Eve always likes to drink coffee with her family in the morning. So again, what do? I use with her family. With her family is called a phrase, which is what? What is a phrase? It's a preposition. With is a preposition. Her is an adjective, and family is a noun. So a phrase is a preposition and a noun. So I add a phrase after coffee, after the complement. I make my sentence longer. Number 6, Eve always likes to drink Brazilian coffee. So what do? I use an adjective, which is Brazilian, before coffee. So before coffee, coffee is a noun. Of course, is the complement, and it is a noun. The part of speech is a noun, and the function, or why we use coffee, because it is a complement. So before coffee, I use an adjective, which is what? Brazilian. I can use another adjective before coffee. So I can say sweet Brazilian coffee. I can use an adverb before coffee. So I can use adverb, an adjective before coffee. And I can say deliciously sweet Brazilian coffee. In this way, I make my sentence longer. Number 9, I can use an adverb, a phrase, as I said, a preposition and a noun, after with her family. So after with her family, I use a phrase, and I explained phrase before. Now, number 10, I can use a relative clause. Of course, a relative clause starts with who in this sentence, and we have many types of relative clauses. I will just speak about this one. So after Eve, I use who. Eve, who lives in Turkey, always likes to drink deliciously sweet Brazilian coffee with her family on her balcony in the morning. So what do I do in number 10? I add a relative clause. Number 11, what do I do? I put or friends after family. So family or friends. So I add, if you want, like this is a conjunction, and I add friends, another noun. Of course, here or is a conjunction joining two words, family and friends. Number 12, what do I do? I use an adjective before family. Number 13, what do I do? I use a phrase, preposition and noun, and I can use an adjective. So this is what we call a phrase. In a beautiful flat is called a phrase, which is preposition and noun, but we can put an adjective before the noun. Number 14, I can use another adjective before flat. I can say a beautiful big flat. So that is possible. Number 15, I can use another sentence after who lives in a beautiful big flat in Turkey. So after who lives in a beautiful big flat in Turkey, I can use another sentence. How? I use a conjunction. What's the conjunction? It is and. So I use and to join who lives in a beautiful big flat in Turkey and is studying English. Number 16, what do I do? I use again a phrase in Istanbul after English. And the last one, which is number 17, what do I do in this sentence? I use a sentence before all this sentence. Before all this sentence, long sentence, I use another sentence. And now I can say, it is important to know that Eve, who lives in a beautiful flat, I think I should say in a beautiful big flat. I forgot big, but it's okay. It's not a mistake. It's just you can put 2 adjectives or 3 adjectives before a noun. And again here, a beautiful big flat. I think, did I put big? Oh, I did. Yeah. Okay. So I can put a sentence, before all this sentence, I can put another sentence. Which one? It is important to know that Eve, who lives in a beautiful flat in Turkey and is studying English in Istanbul, always likes to drink deliciously sweet Brazilian coffee with her family or with her lovely family or friends on her balcony in the morning. Of course, in your speaking and writing, you don't need to write all this long sentence. You can use one way to make your sentence long, or you can use 2 ways. And the longer your sentence is, the better your English will be. But as I said, do not try to write too long, sentences. So You can make your sentences longer. How? By generally adding 3 adjectives before a noun. And these are the adjectives. Don't add more than 3 adjectives. I mean, you can, it's not wrong, but it's not a good idea. You can make your sentences longer by generally adding 3 adverbs before adjectives or adverbs. You can make your sentences longer. How? By using 1 relative clause or more than 1 relative clause. Again, you can make your sentences longer by adding a conjunction. You can make your sentences longer by adding a main verb, and I explained this. You have to know what you can put after the verb. Do you put to and verb, or do you put gerund after the verb, or maybe both? So it's important to understand the structure. And if you are not sure, don't use this way. Don't put another verb, or don't put gerund after the main verb. But you can use other ways, like adding adjectives or adverbs, or a phrase. Number F, you can make your sentences longer by adding gerund. Explain this. And you can make your sentences longer by adding a second noun phrase before or after a noun. So like with her friends in a park near a shop. And you can make your sentences longer by using any other part of speech. So you can use any other part of speech to make your sentences longer, as long as your sentence is meaningful and grammatical. It must be correct. So I've got here these 3 sentences for you, and try to use my method of making your sentences longer. And this is the question for you. Write the following simple sentences, these 3 simple sentences, write them, make them longer by adding at least 2 of the 17 different ways above to make your sentences longer. You will see that even if you are an entry basic student, of course entry 1 means basic, even if you are basic, even if you are basic, you will be able to write very good long sentences. And I'm saying very long, I'm not saying too long, okay? And this is the end of the video. Please click on subscribe if you liked the video, and I wish you the best of luck, and thank you for listening. Thank you.